It's gonna be a quick live. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can on camera, but if I can, then I'm gonna exit out because I'm on my break and I'm trying to do as much as I can with the food right now. So I'm gonna make rice with beans and some red meat on the side. I'm not making a lot of rice. I'm not eating the rice. I'm making a little bit for my son, but we're gonna do what we can do and let's go with it. I'm gonna be talking again for the 50 million times. I need a ring light that's actually working that I can point over there, but I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So let's get started. Let's go with the rice. By the way, I'm not eating rice because like I decided to stop eating rice for a while now, but I'm making a little bit for my son, and yeah, we're gonna go make some rice for my son now. The beans are over there. They're basically boiling. What I do with my beans is I put them to boil early in the morning. But yeah, guys, let's go with this. Let's go. Let's get it. As I said, I'm trying to do a live daily. Oh, let me take these dishes out of there. I'm trying to do a live daily just because I need to reach my hours. I'm gonna stay committed, 2026. My son is in school right now, so I'm just home by myself. And I'm choose to make food at this time. Anyways, it shouldn't be long until he's home later. And let's see how much we can do of this. Putting some of these dishes back that I had on here. And let's put some oil on here to put the rice. Oh, I already put some oil. Let me put some oil on this side. And this is pretty done quickly. It's just rice with red meat and beans. So I'm going to put some water to boil for my rice. And the reason why I decided to stop eating rice is because, like, I really just wanted to stop. Like, I woke up and I'm like, I'm going to stop it for a while. You can actually see the difference when you stop, so yeah. I'm just putting the water for the rice. And I gotta cut some onions, so, okay. I gotta cut onions, peppers to put into the beans. So let me take out the onions. And I love using red onions. Red onions are my favorite one. They always have my favorite ones to use. I'm gonna take this tiny one. It'll be perfect, Red onions. Alright, let's toss this out because it's better. By the way, I save these live just in case you guys want to see them again. I always save them. Let me see. So let's put some, the water just has to boil for the rice. I'm gonna cut some peppers up. I'm so happy this Sunday, March 8th. They changed the time. So the timing will go back to The daylight saving happens this Sunday. I'm like super excited for that. Very excited actually. So that's what happened, man. Woo. Been waiting on it. So I buy this cubano pepper, so I'm gonna put some of this into the beans. I put half of it in there, to be honest. Yeah. The only one I chop up is the one for the meat. I wonder what, well, I'm not even gonna wonder what everybody's doing right now. People are working and stuff. But I'm taking advantage of my break and eating up the food. Alright. The other half of this, I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna do that now. Alright, so I'm gonna cut these up. These I'm gonna use for the meat. And I need half of this onion for the beans, and the other half I use it for my meat. I love red onions. They're my favorite one. Actually, let me just take that little spot out. Red onions. You know what? Put this into the beans. So I put Cuban peppers, I put red onions. Oh, the water's boiling for the rice. And I usually use this rice. This is gonna be, hello, welcome to my live. So this is gonna be the rice that I'm gonna use. I'm not making rice for me. I actually stopped making rice. I'm just making it for my son right now. It's gonna be a little bit of rice. If there's leftovers, I'll leave it over for tomorrow. But I stopped eating rice. Like, I feel like when you don't eat rice, it's so good because, I'll explain right now. Yes, when you stop eating the rice, it's like, it's just better. It's less carbs. So, I'm gonna make this a little bit for my son and I'll see what for him later. And that way, if I have to reheat up rice throughout the week, I'll reheat it up. But I'm not having it for me. So it's what I'm making is white rice with red meat and beans. I love beans. So make some beans over here. And I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. It's just simply that I have to move the camera, but I'll show you guys the results of it. By the way, I'm on my break right now, so I'm trying to like rush a little bit. And this is super simple to cook. Rice with beans and red meat. It's not hard to do. Alright, I'm gonna put my rice in here. Well, water's boiling. And I throw in my rice. And I'm gonna put some salt in there too. This is the salt I'll be using. This one. I love this salt. I feel like it really does make a difference. Like the way that it's not too salty. Even though there is better ones than this, but so far I have stuck with this one and I like it. Put some salt in there. All right, I'm gonna move the rice a little bit just so I can. I think it needs a little bit more. Hold on, let me see. Nah, that should be enough water for it. It has enough water, and I'm gonna cover it now. What are you guys doing on this day? I was just talking about how excited I am about the daylight savings that's happening this Sunday. Like, I am so happy, looking forward to it. Basically, we have 1 more month left of winter, and then it'll be summer. Summer, summer, summer. I mean, it'll be spring. Let me not skip to that. But it definitely makes a difference once it's like lighter for longer outside. I can't wait for those days. Cause like what I will do is I'll punch out from work, right? And then I'll go like outside. And I'll go take my son to the park. I'll go running outside with them. I mean with my son and my nephew and stuff. So let's see. I put the rice. The rice is boiling. The beans are back here. So let's go with the beans now. So I put in the beans, I put red onions. Let me turn the camera on. In here, I have the red onions and I have the cubano peppers, but it's not boiling yet. I have to wait until it boils even more. I did put it to boil earlier on, so that the beans, because I put them in water the night before, and then after in the morning time, this morning I put it to boil. And I put a little bit of like oil in there with a piece of garlic, and I put it to boil so it can like, they can get a little bit like soften up the beans. And then now I'm just like seasoning it. So I need and my white rice is here, which I'm gonna show you guys the result on that. Let me just get my garlic. 1 second. I'm gonna get garlic. Oregano, onion powder, my adobo is here, and then I have cilantro too. Okay, so I really like to put oregano into my beans, and I like to put cilantro into it, and all of these powder ones. But not only that, I also like to use the actual garlic and stuff. So I have that here. My garlic, which makes a huge difference when you're using actual garlic on your food. So we're gonna actually, let me put a piece of it in there. I usually put a piece. I forgot to put it in the morning. And then I put a piece of garlic in there in the bean, right? And then I smash them, and then I put more later on. All right. So let's go with the. I'm done with this rice. I don't need this anymore. Close my refrigerator over here. Okay. So we're gonna throw in some oregano, some onion, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some cilantro to the beans. I'm gonna put that in there. And then we're just gonna let that boil. I also have to cut up some squash for it. So definitely some squash. Which will help. I'm gonna put these aside because I'm gonna be using it for the meat too. Let me see, did I put onion powder? Yeah, onion powder. And I put some adobo in there. And I put some garlic, some cilantro. Alright. So now that I have all those seasonings into the beans, I am going to... what am I going to do next? Hold on. I am going to Cut some squash and throw it in there. It's still not boiling yet. I need to put some cilantro. Oh, where you been at? Hello. I know I kind of disappeared from the lives, but I've been on the videos around here, so yeah. I have my shorts that I have posted and stuff. But I'm back with the lives. I'm back with the lives because I realized that you really have to just do lives on YouTube to connect to your audience. Like, it's necessary. So let's go with the cilantro. And I like to use the cilantro on my beans. It makes a difference with the taste of it. So I'm gonna put some into my beans now. And I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. For the ones who just joined the live, I'm making white rice with beans and red meat. And then this, I like to like at least clean it off with some vinegar. The cilantro, it literally makes the beans taste better. Like I notice the difference when I use it. Yeah, and I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. I just have the camera like on another side. Which I have a ring light upstairs, but it's kind of broken. I always said I'm gonna get a new one, and I don't end up getting it. Yeah, I like to put some cilantro on this. Like some vinegar on these. I don't trust it. I kind of like want it to wash it good and stuff. So the beans are about to start boiling. I love beans. They look good so far, but let's go ahead and cut some squash up because I like to put squash into my beans. So I'm gonna cut that up. And the squash is huge. Look at the squash. Ooh, I found it. I was like, let me get the squash because I eat squash a lot, so might as well. Get a big squash and cut some of it up. I'll probably cut a little bit like this up for the beans. What are you guys doing? I'm on my break right now. Because I work, but then on my break, if I can cook, I'll cook. You know, I have an hour break, so I take advantage of my time and I cook. So let's chop this up. And the beans are starting to boil. The rice, I'm gonna have to move the rice around in like probably like 3 minutes. We're only gonna use a little bit like this. And that is because I put squash into my beans, but not too much. All right, so that should be enough for the beans. The rest of this can stay right there. I'm trying to have time to do a smoothie too, but let's see if I have time. I hold my cut it into 4. So let's peel this up. I think I'm gonna grab a bag. And I'm just gonna peel the rest of them. Okay, so it's time to move the rice. Let me move the rice. The beans are boiling. Let me move the rice. Where's my spoon? Oh, right here. And the rice is not a lot. It's only like some. I'm gonna put a little bit of more salt in there because I know that salt is like, it doesn't make food very salty, but it's good. So I move it a little bit, right? And then put some salt in there. Just looking at the comments. Let's see. White rice is so easy to make. Like, literally so easy. Let me show you guys. I'm gonna cover it up. Let me show you what I got so far. We have the white rice right here. And then here we have the beans boiling. And I'm gonna put my meat here, which, you know, I have to make the meat. But the beans are here. The white rice. And now let's go on with the meat. Cover this up, because now what I do is I leave the rice and I leave it on a very low fire, just so that it's it can open up even more, but I leave it on low fire in the back here. All right. As the beans are boiling, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut up the squash, throw it in, and then that will give me enough time to make the red meat, which red meat is pretty easy to make. Like, that's easy peasy to me. Alright, let's go with the squash. And where is my peeler at? Didn't I just have it? Oh, it's not here. I use these to peel the squash. Alright. We're gonna cut this up and throw it in the beans. And that's pretty much what the beans need. They have everything in there. Yeah. Right. I like to put squash into my beans because it makes it taste better too. My beans are not beans without them squash in there. And the final results, maybe I'll do something later and show you guys the final results. Because once I put the meat, I'll probably have to head upstairs. Or maybe I'll see what I can do. Yes, I'm here cooking it up. Cook. And these, I just cut it, you know, as small as, not as small as possible, but just cut it up in a certain way. Make it small. And I start throwing it into the beans. Do you guys do anything over the weekend? How was you guys' weekend? This weekend, all I did was go over to my family. I spent some time over there. Next weekend, I'll see what I do. But I'm planning every time now to do lives. And just stay consistent on here with the lives. I'm consistent with the videos, but the lives, I want to stick to it. I kind of miss doing this. So, like, let me just get back on there. And then my son, too. My son was telling me, Mom, when are we going to go on YouTube again? He's been wanting to do it. I'm like, okay. Let's get to it. He was, like, my motivation to start again. Alright. That gives him enough time still for the meat. Because red meat, you don't really have to wash red meat. All you have to do is season it and throw it in. So that shouldn't be time consuming. I have time for a smoothie, I'll make it. If not, I'll try to I'll see if I have time or not. If I don't, I'll see. And guys, give this video likes, thumbs up, you know, so that it only helps to support my YouTube channel. And subscribe to if you haven't subscribed before. My hair looks so black right now, but it's actually not black in the back. Ba, 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 ba. And I'm not cutting these up professionally, I just cut them off. As I can. Well, well, well. The beans are boiling. The rice is good. That should be done. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is go with the meat. Let's go with the meat. And we're gonna cut that up. I usually like to clean as I go. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Because now I have time to do the meat. This is for the meat. Oh wait, I should just chop this onion so I can get this out the way. This is the onion I'm going to be using for the meat. Which is not a lot, but throw it in there. And I'll have my peppers here. Alright. Now that I have my peppers and all. Okay. We're gonna go with the meat now. We're just clearing up some of the mess here. As I don't like to have like a messy kitchen when I'm cooking. I like to clean and cook at the same time. Like do my dishes. Okay. To save myself time, I'm going to show you guys something that I do. So I already have the pot where I'm going to put the meat. What I do is I'll cut the meat up, right? And I'll throw it into the pot because the red meat you don't have to wash. And then I season it right in there. So yeah, it just saves me time from having to use more dishes. And the meat I'm going to be using is right here. Is this one. All right. So let's get on with the meat. And again, I probably won't have time to show you guys the results of it, but I can go back on later and show you guys, or I'll see what I can do. Or maybe I'll post a picture. The food. Okay. Then as I cut it up, I'll throw it in there. I'll season it in the pot, and it's gonna be cooking. Why? Cause like this meat, I wash my chicken, but not the red meat. You're not even supposed to be washing red meat. I would prefer to have gloves right now, as I do like to wear gloves, but you know what? I don't have gloves. We'll wash our hands. It's more because of my nails. See. I'm gonna be seasoning this meat up. Usually what I put is like adobo, onion powder, garlic powder, actual garlic in there. Whoa. I had this. What do you guys usually eat for lunch on a weekday? Let me know. Alright. This fat part gotta go. Don't want you there. I'll probably go back on live later and show you guys the results. Because I won't have time now. I have to go like soon. Whoa. Come over here, you meat. Okay, thanks and have a great day. Yes, but I'll come back. Like, I'll show you guys later the results. Ah. Okay, there's this little stubborn piece there. A cutting board will be useful right now, but I'm not in a rush. I should do it on the weekend when I make breakfast. I love making breakfast on the weekend. Love it. Oh, that's so nasty. Oh. Now I gotta wash my hands on my face. Nasty. Oh, heck no. I'm gonna be okay though. And this majority is like fat pork, which I don't want. 1 second. Alright, let's put our seasonings in there. Wash my hands again. I wash my hands like 50 times when I'm dealing with meat. I'm gonna put the adobo in and then put all the seasonings right here, and then these and some garlic. Check out right here. And I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like now before I head upstairs. Yeah, 1 second. This is spoon. The camera over here. I'm moving the meat right now. And let me put in my peppers in there. Oh, I forgot to put some cilantro in. And the last thing I'm gonna put some garlic. I have to smash the garlic, but I gotta go. So I'll smash it in a bit. And yeah, guys, let me show you what this looks like right now. I'm gonna put some water in here because it needs some water. I don't want my meat to harden up. So let me show you. So the beans are back here. As you can see, I did put in the squash in there. I have my meat cooking up here. And I'm going to put some water into this because it needs water. And then the rice is in here. So it's rice, beans, and some meat, which needs to be cooked up still. I need some new pots, but you know what? We can do that soon. Anyways, I'm gonna leave the live right here. I can show you guys the final results later of the food. Come back on live or like take a picture. But I'll see you soon. Subscribe to my channel, give the videos a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. And I have to smash the garlic to put it into the meat. Well, bye. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the compliment. Looks good with the food. Thank you.